Hey guys, got a new video for you today. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded, but I'm back and I got just a couple of verses to share with you and a question for the end. I'll be looking today in Matthew chapter 23. This is when Jesus is going into his whole ranty speech, giving all the woes to all the Pharisees and religious people. And in verse 34 through 36 is what we'll be reading today. It says, "Therefore I send you prophets and wise men and scribes, some of whom you will kill and crucify, and some you will flog in your synagogues and persecute from town to town, so that on you may come all the righteous blood shed on earth, from the blood of righteous Abel to the blood of Zachariah the son of Berechiah, whom you murdered between the sanctuary and the altar. Truly I say to you, all these things will come upon this generation." Now, for those of you who are wondering, yes, this is the same Zechariah who wrote one of the books in the Old Testament. He was one of the last of the minor prophets listed in your Bible. And if you don't believe me, go back and look it up. The very first couple of verses in Zechariah mentions him by name, Zechariah, the son of Berechiah. Same way Matthew addresses him. When I read this, personally, that really stuck out to me, that he was put to death by the religious people, the people who had it together, and he was murdered, not just anywhere, but in church. He was murdered in the temple. That's brutal. There was this one particular queen of Judah who was not a very nice lady. Talks about her, I believe, in 1 Kings, maybe it's 2 Kings. But her name is Queen Athaliah, and she was a crazy psycho lady. But eventually there was an uprising of a bunch of people in Judah who put her to death. But whenever they arrested her and grabbed her, it was in the temple. And I don't remember who it was off the top of my head, but somebody was smart enough, very cool enough to say, don't kill her in here. Don't kill her in the temple. That's just messed up. Take her outside and kill her in the street. Don't kill her in here. And of course, evil Athaliah was taken out and executed, and that was that. But here we have the religious people, the people who are supposed to be the most righteous in Israel, like the cream of the crop, and they're killing God's chosen prophet in the middle of their church. This is almost as if in modern day you just took a local preacher, took him into the church right on the stage and slaughtered him right behind the pulpit. It's messed up the more you think about it. But of course these are people who professed to know God, but they didn't truly know God. These were religious people who had lost sight of the purpose of their religion in the first place, and they were doing some stupid things in the process. Now, personally, what I take away from that is that Zechariah was not afraid to do what God called him to do, even to the point of being put to death by people claiming to be serving the same God he served. Which is, that loads of respect to this dude. Personally, I've always kind of wanted to die by execution for my faith. I think that's the absolute best way to go, to die in this earth. And of course, if you look into it, right now in the 21st century, there are more Christians being killed on a daily basis than there ever has been in the history of the church. Just look into that. It's really pretty sad the more you look into it. So the potential is out there. You can easily die for the gospel. Here in America you may not see a lot of that, but it is definitely prevalent around the world. And we see a lot of Christians who, like Zechariah, they didn't back down from their beliefs, and it cost them their life. So anyways, I just want to leave you guys with this question of, are you willing to die for the gospel? And don't answer hastily, yes, of course, but really think about it. lose your life for this? And if so, what do you have to lose? If you're willing to die for this, what more could anyone ever hope to take from you beyond your life? So, anyways, that's all I got to share with you guys today. So, thanks again for watching. We'll see you later.